Hold on, I'm pulling up the Heat Wizards box score so I can be accurate.
Heat Wizards?
Don't worry about it. That's exactly where you need to be.
It's the new Formula One team.
That's where you need to be.
Is this WoW?
Yeah.
I'm a Heat Wizard in WoW.
Yo, what is up, people of the internet? Welcome back to another episode of the Waveform podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Marquez.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm David.
In this episode, we've got, fast food chains using AI. Cool. We've got a robot phone that maybe exists, but maybe not. Cool. We've got Ray-Ban Meta glasses. If you're using them, then maybe you shouldn't. Cool. And Google is changing their 30% tax. Cool.
Pretty cool.
What?
Oh, and
Google had a
basketball
30%
stuff.
tax on
Yeah.
like developers?
Yeah.
Same as Apple.
It was the same as Apple?
Yeah.
Why was everyone so mad at Apple?
We've
I
done
know-
mad
like
at both.
45
I know,
stories
I
on
know,
this.
the whole thing was that everyone was like, no, Google's one is cheaper and fine, but
No.
Apple's is a problem.
No. Google and Apple both got sued for the same things, and
Yeah.
Google lost an Apple one.
I thought Google sued. What?
Speaking as
Apple
a...
lost some parts of it, but Google lost more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Supreme
They don't
Court's
have the
Apple
same
shills.
reputation. That is facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's because Google had a chain of emails saying how. Anyway, continue.
make sure you delete these.
And then some basketball stuff at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bam.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Bam.
All right, but first, did they even test this?
Okay.
I have a really quick, really stupid one.
All right.
But it drives me insane every day. It drives me insane every day. Sorry.
No, I mean, no, it's fine. Yeah, it's your thing.
My Forester, the Volume UI is horrible. It's the worst thing ever. I'll be really fast on this.
Go on, because a lot of cars have
Okay.
surprisingly bad volume UI.
You change the volume, takes up the entire screen, no matter what's on the screen. Google Maps. Have you ever been needing to take a turn, so you turn the volume down just to make sure it's easier to take the turn? I don't know why that
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
but
Helps you
I was
see
all
better.
time-
Helps you see better. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, if you do that too close to your turn on my car, I've lost Google Maps
It's a
now for
full
like
screen
5
takeover?
seconds. I have a photo.
Oh, my God.
The volume is a
Yes.
full screen takeover.
It's a full screen takeover.
For how
It
long?
is kind of transparent for probably a couple seconds.
You're like liquid glass?
It's not like liquid glass.
That is actually
see
insane.
through
This is me changing the volume on my.
That is
No.
crazy.
Andrew. Let me tell you why you're wrong, okay? Because it's a volume knob, right? That controls volume.
right.
Oh, that's the next part of my.
When
problem.
your hand is on the knob, you can't see the knob. So how do you know what the volume's set at?
But-
So you need it full screen.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Your
everyone
hand
else-
your hand is covering it.
on the screen, it should be a little bar on the side that goes up and down with a number next to it, and not take up
left and right.
the entire screen because I need the volume quiet when I'm making my turn,
Yeah.
and now I've lost being able to see that. The other problem is it's a full circle.
Wait, real
Yeah.
quick. Brits, stop commenting right now.
No, keep commenting. This is all for engagement. Subscribe. The circle, it's a full circle. The number it goes to is 38.
No.
Why?
38?
Okay, that's actually
So-
worse. That is
okay.
actually worse.
Part of me is that's not that bad because you never go max volume, right? But that means the direct middle of the circle is at 19, which is infuriating.
Okay, I thought you were... When I heard that it was the volume in your car, I was like, whatever, a lot of cars have weird volume. I think the one I showed, I forgot what car it was, where you do a gesture in front of the screen, you twist your finger like this, and it turns the volume up. I thought that was going to be the dumbest one I've ever seen. But this is worse. This is actually worse.
That's crazy.
So annoying. So yeah. So constantly 19, I'm like, no, I need to go to 20. And now it's
Just
one
past.
tick over the perfect half circle, which then I have to stare at for 5 seconds while I miss my turn.
Dude,
so
that's
yeah,
a deal breaker. Honestly, in a car, that's a deal breaker.
Insane.
I think if the Fisker had that, I'd be like, that's a little much.
Yeah.
Imagine
crazy.
doing the whole thing with the salesperson at the Subaru dealership and be like, man, this car, good price, drives great, 4-wheel drive, everything's smooth ride, everything's great. Let me just check how the sounds, and you spin it, you're like, oh my God, and just
I would
walk out the door and leave
so
it behind.
No, I remember when I was a kid and I would be playing music in the car and my mom would turn the music down because she would get stressed about what exit to take. And I'd be like, Mom, why are you doing that? And now I totally do that all the time. But it would be so much worse if you're trying to figure out what exit to take and the entire screen just disappeared.
For several seconds?
Then you have to decide between turning the volume down so you can actually focus or being able to know where you're supposed to go.
Can you
That's
tap
unbelievable.
it to make it go away or something?
No.
Every time. Oh. That is
crazy, dude.
That's the worst one yet. I guess. That is really bad.
That's so crazy.
I think Adam has a quick update on his.
Yeah, quick update on the one that I said. I don't remember when it was. Time is
The
alive.
WhatsApp one?
The WhatsApp one.
Oh, yeah.
So now I am on a different phone, and the problem is gone.
Oh,
So it is just a pixel
Yeah,
problem.
I think it's just a pixel problem.
hashtag pixel problem.
Hashtag pixel problems.
Hashtag team pixel
That
problems.
makes sense. They're not
Hashtag
developing
get from
for
Google.
pixels
Gift from Google.
for the half
Get from
percent.
Google. What phone are you on now with your weekly swapping?
The S26 Ultra now. It came in.
You bought
finally.
it.
Yeah.
What color?
Black.
Nice.
Yeah.
Correct.
Also, a lot of people were telling him this was like some feature where because if you like lift it up to listen to a voice, but no, you're talking about when you had your Bluetooth headphones connected.
Yeah, when I
it
have headphones
and
connected,
going in
it
your
still does
pocket.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wrong.
Yeah, because proximity sensor makes sense if you're like about to take a phone call and then it switches to the earpiece, whatever. But like I'm wearing headphones.
Yeah.
Why does the proximity sensor even turned on?
You think
That's
it could
going in
be
your
like the
pocket.
pixel like tap to the flip to hush thing could be like going off or something?
Maybe I don't know. I
Silence
don't have to deal with it anymore, so someone else figure it out.
It's the best way to fix it.
Did you trade
Buy
in
a
your
new
Pixel
phone.
for the S26 Ultra?
Not yet, but I'm probably going to. Yeah.
How many total trade-ins do you have? Do you think lifetime?
I honestly couldn't give you a number.
Insane amount.
Adam's basically the guy who like leases a car every year.
More
but
than
with
every
phones.
year.
Yeah.
He does it like every 3 months.
Listen, there aren't a lot of things that I splurge on, but the phone is the one.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Adam's been doing this for like the last 7 years. I remember Adam and I going to the Galaxy S20 Ultra briefing, and we leave that briefing. He's like, I'm getting this phone. And I was like, Adam.
This phone wasn't even here, and another phone came in that's still under embargo, and he went, "Should I even open this phone?" and almost returned it.
Big returner.
Oh, boy. Okay.
According to Car and Driver, at some point, Stellantis, who does not own Subaru, did an internal study where they determined that 38 was the perfect number of volume steps for a car.
What?
Because you could still
No.
hear the difference between each step.
That is not.
But
that's
it
a
did not
bad
feel like
reason.
too few, like it was the perfect level of fine and coarse adjustment. In theory, it makes sense because according to this, you get 2 decibel increments, which give you about 64 decibels of dynamic
40.
range, which is what most people functionally consider silence to loud. So that's kind of interesting.
Okay.
However, Subaru's not owned by Stellantis, so I don't know what that has to do with this.
I have so many rebuttals to that. It's silly, and I won't even
Yeah.
bother going
The
through
biggest rebuttal is that the greatest audio engine of all time, the one baked into all Apple products, has 16 volume steps. And no one has ever been like, my iPhone doesn't have enough granularity to the volume.
Yeah, but there's also not a number attached to it. Like they could just take away the number and just show the wheel, and it would be better.
That yes.
But would you?
You're
Yeah,
right.
no. Or scale.
Actually, that would
the-
solve a ton. Why do we care about numbers?
It's a valid point.
Numbers make me mad.
No,
Music
no,
make
no.
me happy.
Because
Actually, that is, you know what's funny? That's true. A lot of cars, they'll have like a set of
No.
numbers. They'll have a set of numbers for the volume, and and a lot of people are like this. They'll go to like 21 volume, and that's uncomfortable. So let's go to 20, or let's go to 22 or 25, or certain numbers are okay, and others, even though it's the correct volume. In my car specifically, 14 is the perfect volume, but I hate that. So I always go to 15
No.
or 12, which makes me mad. But the cars that I review that don't,
okay, but 14's
What's wrong
it's just
with
14.
14?
14 is weird. I can't do a 14. volume.
Zeros and fives are ideal.
Zeros and fives are ideal.
Evens
So what's
are
up with
okay.
12?
What's up with
Dog.
12?
12 is fine. 11 is not. It just is what it is. Don't worry about it.
Now a
But
numerology
I review
podcast.
cars that don't have number attached to volume, and I'm so much happier because I'm not thinking about the number. I just set it to
Ignorance is
exactly
bliss.
what I want, and
Ignorance
that's
is bliss.
perfect.
Marcus, I'm not even going to get into this weird number bias you have. That's I did
It's
not
not
know.
weird.
A doctor needs to get into that.
14 is a great number. It's
No.
divisible by 7
That's it.
and 2.
And 2. Well, that's it.
12 is divisible
And
by
14 and
6.
1.
Did
That's
I
fair
ever
enough.
tell you when?
I-
Sorry.
I was going to say, this is exactly like the headphone thing that happened last week. Because in my head, I'm like, I could never use a device that doesn't give me a number with the volume. Because like in the audio room, for example, it's like I know when I'm at like, I think 42 is the number I like on my Symphony.
Well, that's the answer to everything.
I know if it's at 42 and my reader is giving me like 78 or 82 decibels in the room, it's the right volume. Like I can
Yes.
correlate all the
Because you need
numbers.
to match things.
Yeah.
But when I'm in the car, I don't need to think about matching. I don't need to listen to the music at the same volume that I did last
Oh,
week.
I do.
I just need it to sound
That's
the way
my
I want.
That's my numbers thing. Like there's a right volume.
yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. And then there's like YouTube volume and system volume. I have this problem on I have a Nebula projector, and for some reason the projector has volume and the Google the Google TV dongle that is part of the projector also has separate volume. And randomly, the system will just decide that I want to use one or the other.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it'll be maxed out. And the projector maxes out at 25. I don't know why it's
fine.
25.
I'm fine with 25.
Yeah.
Well, then
Whoa,
half
you just
of
said
it.
even numbers are your thing.
And
Well,
fives
no,
and
I guess if
zeros.
I'm only thinking of 25, because then the halfway mark of that is not.
Yeah.
No, it's 12.5. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just,
But one time I was on the Google TV thing and I had the volume maxed and it was still really quiet and I was super confused and I was going through everything and I had to change the HDMI to my Nintendo Switch 2 and then raise the volume of the system because you can't change the volume of the system while you're in the Google TV volume. That's only the Google TV volume.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
This is the thing with a lot of like pairing your phone to your car. A lot of them automatically max out the phone's volume so that you just adjust the car volume.
That makes sense if it did that automatically.
Yeah, but some don't match the volume. So I'll
Right.
get in with my car volume high, but phone volume low, and I'll turn the phone volume up, and suddenly it's way too loud. And I have to turn the car volume down. It's weird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We've talked a lot about volume.
It's
This is-
this is one of those things that we could probably do half an hour on at least.
Yeah,
Wait, we have another one.
Yeah, we started arguing about something else now. In a set of 25, the median would be 13, but in a set of 24, the median would be 12.5.
It's not quite 13.
the median.
$12.
Is it a set of
like
just the numbers?
Yeah, like
that's
the-
the mean.
Yeah.
No, the mean is the average. I'm talking about the number like dead set in the middle of
Oh, is it just-
25 would be.
well, that's if you start at 1.
Yeah, no, I'm
yeah.
talking about if you got a volume knob, right, that has 25 steps, 13 would be the one in the middle because you'd have 12 on either side. You'd have 1 through 12, then
You'd have
13,
0 as
zero
well.
more.
Yeah.
You have 0.
Yeah, 0
So
through
13
12.
would be the center.
This is what I remember.
Someone tells you what's the halfway, like what's halfway between.
I brought
0
this
and
section into the
25.
pod to be short. We're probably 20 minutes in.
Yeah, so
but-
there's
we got
no
to
center-
talk about Burger AI. Yeah, we got to move
when
on.
I was in like 3rd grade, we were learning halves, and I had my hand up, and I was like, half of 5 is obviously 3 because it's my middle finger, and no one could convince me otherwise. And I just sat there like I feel like the teacher's lying to
Logic
me
checks
because
No,
of
but
not
it's-
doing
it's,
0.
It's the median of a set of 5.
Yeah.
You were actually doing advanced mathematics.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, and then I stopped right there.
You gotta
I didn't have
slash.
anything
You
else
gotta
to
slice your finger in half.
Oh, please don't say that.
Okay, cool. So, more importantly,
Yeah.
Burger King.
Is
I'm
this
sure
important?
you're all dying to hear about this.
How important is this? Let's see.
It will be very fast. I want to get your opinions on it.
It'll be very fast.
last
Andrew
one was
writes
supposed to be
6
very
paragraphs about it.
That's what I always do. I heard about this from a podcast called Eater's Digest, which, if you're into food or food content, highly recommend. But
Is that like Reader's Digest for old people?
this
could
is
just
like
call it
that,
Digest.
but it's a podcast for food for young people.
Oh, Marquez, that was
Cool,
so
or
good.
maybe
I
millennials.
got
Definitely
that.
millennials.
Just call it digest.
Thank
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
true. They should just call it that.
That's a good point.
Remove the Eater's Digested cleaner.
But okay, so there's a new AI at Burger King stores, and I will go over the pros and the cons of this.
There's only
So you're almost right. The pro is the AI's name is Patty, which is really funny.
That's the only pro.
That's the only pro of this.
That's good.
The con is that it is a voice-enabled chatbot that lives inside the employees' headsets that helps them with food preparation and checking their interactions to determine all of the employees' quote friendliness.
live in hell.
So essentially, this is piloting in 500 different Burger Kings. Patty has been trained through information compiled by BK franchises and guests on how to measure the friendliness by using phrases like "Welcome to Burger King," "Please," and "Thank you." By monitoring the headsets, Patty can Burger King managers and franchise owners can then access Patty to see how friendly their employees at their locations are being. Sounds absolutely
That
miserable.
sounds like a hellscape. Okay.
Yeah, total hellscape.
These people have never watched Office Space.
I can't.
That's the part in Office Space with Jennifer Aniston with her all her little pieces of flair.
Oh, the
No, yeah, this.
It's literally that, except worse because they're always watching you.
It also my favorite part of this was they're working on it to try and recognize tone, because I can just imagine people saying thank you and please extremely sarcastically and being rude, and their friendliness thing still going up.
Yeah.
But this just sounds like the worst thing ever. Why are we? This makes it feel like, hey, managers and owners do less work, and now the people who are getting paid the lowest amounts at these and make the franchises run, we're going to monitor you 24/7. So I hope you're not talking about anything private there, because who knows where that's going to go.
This just reminds me that my friend has a coffee shop and he got a low rating on Google Maps, and the rating it was like 1 star, and it was like, barista said, "What do you want today?" And I felt that wasn't friendly enough. And I was like, "Are you kidding
She should
me?"
have said, "What the f do you want today?
That's my thing though. Is people feel so entitled going to fast food already.
Yeah.
With like the workers that if someone's rude, they're probably going to leave a crappy review. We don't need to listen to them 24/7 and have AI follow.
And every Burger King already has a 1.4 stars. So who cares?
I love Burger King. Like I love the Whopper, but even I can concede when I'm at a Burger King, neither of us want to be there. Neither me nor the employee. So I'm not expecting you to go up over beyond. It's fine, dude. Just be rude. Give me my burger, and we'll both go home at some point. Like that's cool.
You tell me to F off and just get everything right on the burger, probably through the crappy point of sale system, and I'm happy. I don't care.
It sounded like you said that's half of what it was doing. The monitoring employees part is ridiculous, but the first half you said it was like helping them.
You
get
can
stuff right.
ask it like what ingredients might need to be, or like how many pieces of bacon, which could be helpful because of how often, we do limited time offers and stuff like that. But it'd probably be easier to just ask the employee you're standing next to that knows how to do it already.
It sounds like
There's a picture. There's a picture on the wall by the station.
Probably.
It'll remind you to put glue on the pizza.
this sounds like the AI that Marquez installed at all of our desks to track us.
No one knows about that.
You made a good point. One of the big AI gaffes last year was it not knowing how to make food.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is trained on.
Yeah. It was like, oh, my cheese is not sticking to the pizza. What do I do? And it was like, use Elmer's glue.
That's probably not. It's probably not trained on Reddit. It's probably trained on recipes.
It's trained on Reddit. Oh god.
No, but also
It's not. It's not.
I know.
there is one thing that I thought did maybe sound a little helpful, which is apparently in the headset, you can say that you're out of an item and it should be able to update the drive-through menu, all the kiosks, all the point of sale systems. So that could be really helpful unless you go and ask one of your employees, hey, are we out of bacon? And it, I guess, I don't know how it works, but I could see that being like,
Why do you even need AI
thought
for that?
This will happen.
They're
It
at
is
the
easier.
POS.
Dude, the amount of times working at a restaurant where the kitchen hasn't told the servers yet that like something is out and it hasn't updated the systems yet, and then a bunch of orders come in and you're out of it, and then you have to go back to the table and explain to them it's out. Sucks. So that would be kind of nice, but other than that, this sounds awful. Fast food workers have it hard enough. Let them, maybe chat about their lives without worrying that everything is recorded.
Dude, that's horrible.
What if they're just super
sucks
rude
so
and then
bad.
at the end they go, thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day.
It's like Rocket League in my eyes. Like the Rocket League, to cut down on toxicity, they made all the quick chats, and that is still the most toxic thing possible. When you like miss a goal, it's like nice kick, what a shot.
Yeah.
Great save, and it's just like ultra sarcastic. That's how this feels like.
I play the Pokemon trading card game Pocket on my phone, and
No. You are addicted to the Pokemon
it's
trading
the
card
one
market.
thing that I have, Adam. Please let me have it, okay? I start something, I stick with it for my life, okay? Anyway, there's like Nintendo really did not want people to be able to be talking to each other. They really did. So you cannot message each other in any way. So even if you're trading somebody, you can't say like, oh, I don't want this or I want this. Like you can label things that are Anyway, the whole thing. People have still found a way by basically you battle somebody, and if you beat them, sometimes they'll like initiate a trade with you and just trade you like the most basic card ever. And then say thanks. And that's just like the way that people are toxic.
Toxicity always finds a way.
It's crazy.
They're like cockroaches.
Yeah. Anyway, this is hell. I think that the only way that a lot of employees of a lot of jobs get through the day is by having camaraderie with their colleagues, and just knowing that even though it's like an AI model, just knowing that there is something that is always listening to what comes out of my mouth while I'm at work is freaking terrifying. And the only reason this exists is because Burger King was like, we got to get our stock up, and AI is the only way to do this.
I got to tell our investors that we're making the company better and using AI to do it.
Leveraging AI.
And this is the thing they thought of.
Burger King is not the fast food place where people are mean to you. That's Popeyes. And frankly, I wouldn't want that to change.
I know they're pretty mean at the KFC Taco Bell combo near me. Yeah, but that's okay. They're allowed to be.
Yeah, they have split
Like you
personality.
said.
I don't care.
I really don't care.
I do remember, the kiosks are nice, but sometimes you go in. I remember I walked in. I don't know if it was a Burger King, so I shouldn't say it's Burger King, but I remember walking to fast food on a late night road trip, and the employee just goes, "What?"
That was Burger King.
Probably
I know, that
it was
Burger
either
King.
McDonald's or Burger King, and I was
Burger
like,
King.
"Nice."
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
All right, we are now 20-something minutes in.
Volume and Burger AI. I don't know.
Well, I've talked about everything I know this episode.
Cool. I think next we're going to go down the Apple new devices tier list because all of the reviews are out. Well, not all the reviews. There's a number of reviews out now. All of the products embargoes have lifted.
Yes.
You can find reviews online everywhere. We put a couple out. We're still working on a couple. But I think that we're going to go through all 7 of them and we're going to rank them from best to worst.
So I had a question about that.
Yeah.
When you say rank them, because there's 7 here.
Yeah.
I'll just go through the 7, just real quick. iPad Air got the M4 chip, iPhone 17e, Studio Display XDR, M5 MacBook Air, M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros, and MacBook Neo.
Yeah.
Now, when you say rank them, are we ranking them based on how good of an update they are? Are we ranking them based on just how good they are, period?
I would just say like
excitement
of the launch.
Excitement of the launch.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Like people being stoked for this product to come out and exist.
Oh, I can do that right now.
or even you being stoked for this product.
Oh, that's different. People?
I care more about care more about your thoughts.
I think Marquez's number one's probably, I'm going to guess, the Studio Display XDR.
I'm interested to hear what
gonna be
Marquez's
different
iPhone
excitement is.
17e.
My
He's so
personal,
hyped for this.
I can do both. I can do both my excitement.
iPad Air M4.
And I've seen a lot of commentary online on these, so I can do both my excitement level and the general public's excitement level for these.
Yeah, for sure.
Which you want to do first?
I like yours
first. Yeah.
My personal?
That's 2 things David and I didn't discuss and said at the same time, by the way.
All right.
We're just on the same page.
You finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
Thank you.
From
He finished it for me.
from top to bottom. All right, so my personal excitement level, number 1 is the Studio Display XDR. And it's because I am personally using the product right now that this replaces. And it's the only thing, well, other than the MacBook Pro, that's true about this list. I kind of like the Pro Display XDR. It looks really good. It's also only 60 hertz. And
No, the XDR is 120, right?
the one I'm using now, sorry, the Pro Display XDR.
The Pro Display.
Yeah, the one I'm using now, which is discontinued officially, which I bought like 7, 8 years, however many years ago it came out.
Yeah.
Looks really good. The nano texture is amazing. It's got these thinner bezels. I don't need a webcam or speakers in it. It's a great display, but it's only 60 hertz. And so this new display comes out, and it is better in every single way on paper other than being smaller. So it's a 5K 27-inch display instead of a 6K 32-inch display. That being said, it's better in every single way.
And it's cheaper by like $2,000.
And it is cheaper.
And it comes with a stand.
So that's what I was most excited about, and I'm thinking I'm going to be switching / upgrading to these.
Yeah, how do you feel about the size?
That's what I'm the most wondering. Like,
So-
that's when, especially double. That's a big difference in screen real
Yeah.
estate.
I have a pretty set way that I use my dual displays now. I'm a dual display guy. I always have my primary, which is mostly my web browser, email, and whatever I'm working on. And then on the right, I have a bunch of other things like Slack and my to-do list and calendar and much of other stuff that sits over there.
Wow, good to know we're not your priority.
Well, when Slack notifications come in, I'm on top of it. It's always open. Anyway, I think I can work with slightly less real estate because of the way I manage what I'm doing. I don't need I wish it was a 32-inch display. That would be I'd be happier. But I will still have enough. So that's my number 1 is the Studio Display XDR. Right underneath that is MacBook Neo. I was fascinated by it, curious to test it. You can see on the podcast video, users are aware that it's been in front of me this whole time. Underneath that is M5 Pro and Max MacBook Pros.
We're made for each other.
More piss.
They seem to have a surprising performance bump in a couple interesting ways. Storage, read-write speeds are insane. I read The Verge's review, and they said they were getting like 18,000 megabytes per second reads and writes. I was like,
Wait, 18,000 or 1,800?
18,000.
18,000?
Yeah. I was getting 1,500.
second,
Yeah, 1,500 on the Neo, and I was getting like 3,000 on my MacBook Pro, and 18,000 is crazy. So as someone who works with big files, I was curious about that. Then I'd go down to the last 4 are kind of tied for me, I guess. Do I like any one of them more? Let's go M5 Mac.
Should I just make this 4
Air-
through 7?
Yeah, the rest is just, they're all tied.
Nah,
for me.
man.
I think 17E's over the Studio Display is just
My personal
the same
excitement.
thing.
I mean, I'm excited to review it, but like,
It's it's what it should have been.
that's true.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, as far as how good of a product it is, I agree. So you could go 17E, then MacBook Air, then iPad Air with M4 and Studio Display last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, general excitement from the public is MacBook Neo number one by far.
Which is why they saved it for the last day.
And I think this is probably true about cheap devices in general, which is why, weirdly enough, iPhone 17e is probably number 2 as far as volume of chatter that I've seen about this. Number 3 is people talking about the studio displays a lot. Not necessarily because they're excited to buy them, but because of how big of a difference there is between the interest of Studio Display XDR and regular Studio Display. A lot of people are disappointed with the regular Studio Display because it's still a 60 hertz panel. They didn't really change much. They updated the speakers and Thunderbolt 5 on the back, and that's kind of it.
And the cameras.
And it's still $1,600 and 60 hertz. So the Studio Display XDR is the interesting one, but it's $3,200 or $3,300. So it's not like people are going out and buying this a lot, but they're interested in it because it's the new one or different one.
The biggest thing that kind of sucks about it going to 27 inches for people who just want to use one monitor. I guess like 2 monitors, it feels really big, but like 32 inches on one monitor, I have so much screen real estate to do separate things, and now 27 is
quite a bit smaller.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, and the bezels are a little thicker, and it's just a little bit less room.
And a lot of people spending that price probably only want to buy one monitor.
Yeah, when you're spending that much money, you want the best possible monitor.
Yeah.
But I said it in my review of the XDR, it's like there are no other 27-inch 5K 2000 nit mini LED 120 hertz options.
That's like this guy scored 4 goals on a Thursday in March.
But
but
all of the things are really great, like what you want. Like scored 4 goals and
Thursday games I usually lose. And
won the game and had a cool haircut and like had a sweet jersey, whatever. Like it's a bunch of cool things all in one that you can't really find anywhere else. So that's, I think, number 3. And then it kind of tapers off. Maybe
probably MacBook Pro over Air, just because half the people who really liked Air liked it because it was the cheapest thing. Now Neo's there, so MacBook Pros are like, maybe you were the person who's waited a few generations to get the new one and you're looking for it.
True, that there's a ton of people on M1 generation MacBooks right now. And every time a new generation comes out, they all look around and go, is it now worth an upgrade? Because the M1 is so much better than whatever they had before, and it was a huge leap. So they've had M1 through the last 6 years of Apple Silicon, and now M5, they're finally looking around like, is now the time I should upgrade?
Yeah.
And it's closing in on maybe it's finally worth jumping. It's still expensive, but like M5 Air is $1,100 now. If you have an M1 Air, should you go to an M5 Air? You still kind of don't have to.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get there.
I think M2, M3 really did not sell very well because everyone bought the M1 and M1 Max being like, I don't have to upgrade this for like 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole thing. Like I blew like $5,000 on an M1 16-inch MacBook Pro with 4 terabytes of storage because I was like,
still kicking.
It's still kicking.
Yeah, and I remember you stressed about it at the time, but look at how long it's lasted you.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I think with the M5 MacBook Pros, the new Fusion architecture is kind of a big deal. You can move data way faster. There's more GPUs. It's kind of turning into like a serious workhorse. And I know that it's not upgradable in any given way, but I think people are finally starting to feel like maybe it's worth upgrading, especially those people that are doing like coding and AI tasks where they just want to have that stuff accelerated.
Yeah.
This stuff is very, very good at that. Now, obviously, we have the rumor that the M6 Pro and M6 Max are coming out later this year, like in November.
I was
and that's
say,
awkward.
So you know who's in an interesting spot right now? Mariah.
I was going to bring it up.
Who edits here, as you guys probably know. Her editing machine is an M1 Max MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
And it's just like yours. It's been cooking, it's been very capable and it's gotten the job done and plenty of edits have happened on that computer. But like I said, it's getting up to the time where it's like, wow, okay, 12 to 25% every year. Now it's stacking up. M5, maybe M5 is the chance to upgrade and actually feel that difference. But now that there's that crazy MacBook Ultra rumor on the horizon, it's like, well, maybe that's the one to wait for instead. And I don't know if that's going to be an M5 Max or an M6 Max, or if they'll even get to M6 by then, or if it's just the OLED that we want it for. Either way, for people who are like maxing out a laptop as their main machine, then that's the carrot at the end of the stick right now.
Mariah specifically wants a touchscreen.
Oh.
Does she actually?
Really?
No, Mariah was all in on updating, and then Alex was like, no, don't do it. Gurman just said that, like the M6 Ultra is coming out later. I was like, oh my God, Mariah is going to retire and still have that M1.
I mean, isn't she still running a Pixel 6?
Yes.
Yeah, but the getting work done machine.
No, I know. But
Like the gains from M1 Max to M5 Max will be pretty good.
for sure.
That'd be nice.
I wonder if she doesn't need the touchscreen necessarily, and then doesn't need the notch to be gone and have it be replaced with a potentially Touch ID. Like it's going to be a dynamic island. I don't know if it matters for her that much, especially if the gains. We don't even know if it will actually be M6 Pro and Max, and even if it is, how much better is that than M5 Pro and Max? Like maybe it's not that much better, and they focus on it enabling things like the touchscreen and these different things, and like maybe some AI workload things if they ever release Apple Intelligence, stuff like that. Yeah, it is an awkward thing, especially when it's like we're like 9 months away from this potential launch. 9 or 10 months away.
Potential launch.
Big
word there too.
Big word, and it could get pushed. There's all the, there's the RAM shortage. There's all that stuff. This is a whole nother angle to all of this, is that Apple was able to reduce the price of most of their devices amid the global RAM shortage, which is insane. Like every other computer, every other phone is going up in price. And Apple was like, here's a $600 laptop. We're gonna reduce the price of the display, which also has by the way, the display has an 819 in it, so it has 16 gigs of RAM.
More than the Neo.
The display has 12 gigs of RAM. It has more RAM than the Neo.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
As it should.
I guess it's cheaper. It is very different. But then the Air did go up $100, right?
Well, they just they got rid of the base model. So it's $100 cheaper. But
we did
there is
talk
no
about that
base
last
model, and it's $100 cheaper than the second model up from last year.
It's the weird version of a price
Technically,
hike.
so it's like, it's a price. Their margin is better on the base one now because storage doesn't cost them much, but they're giving you more storage for the upgraded price. So the price of entry is higher
by $100,
but you get more storage.
And it used to be $200 to get that much more storage last year.
How long do you think they eat the price until they have to raise it?
This is
Assuming
my
this
question.
continues.
I don't know how long Tim Cook makes these deals for, like storage and flash, and I would guess a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So it's like very possible that by the end of the year, this is going to be way more expensive. I mean, we already knew that this MacBook Ultra or whatever it is supposed to be much more expensive than this one. And I think that that's what potentially makes the M5 still doable for people, and maybe why they're going to release both in the same year, is that they're priced differently enough that it's like M5 Max are still insanely good. If you want top of the line, M6 Ultra or whatever Max, I don't know.
Damn, their price ladder
Is crazy.
big
Side
boy
Side note,
laptop.
can we make a side bet here? Let's go. All these rumors on this new laptop.
Okay.
Name seems to be floating
Studio.
something like MacBook Ultra. I firmly believe it should be Studio.
Yeah.
I guess
The MacBook Studio?
MacBook Studio.
You don't think that's too confusing? They already have a Mac Studio.
They already have the lineup name is already confusing enough that I think this is fine.
You can't do Ultra because it can't be
Unless it has the
MacBook
Ultra chip.
Well, if it only has the Ultra chip,
Yeah,
it would have to, because if
They
had
absolutely can do
M6
Ultra.
MacBook Ultra with M6 Pro would be really confusing.
Or it could be M5 Ultra.
So that's the first question is, are they going to put an Ultra chip in a laptop? That is such a powerful chip and so much GPU. They've never put it in a laptop before. I don't know if they would. They've only done Pro and Max and Base. But if they do, and they name the laptop the Ultra, that's a little crazy. Well, I guess if they only put the Ultra chip. Yeah, MacBook Ultra, which only has the Ultra chip. That
MacBook Pro Max
could make sense. MacBook Pro Max with the Ultra chip, and the Pro and Max chips are not in the Pro Max.
I'm locking in.
Give me a
MacBook
17-inch.
100%.
See, MacBook Ultra, but doesn't have an Ultra chip.
Doesn't matter. No
weird.
one cares about the chip if you're just buying a laptop.
If you're
most
buying a
expensive
$3,800 MacBook,
It's the same way that you're buying like the Apple Watch Ultra. Most people don't know what chip is inside of it. It's just the Ultra one. That's the one I get.
That's fair.
Yes, but in computers, I do think there's some part of you that's like, why am I getting the MacBook Ultra over the MacBook Pro?
And it'll be like
And
some
the answer-
crazy
web browser.
powerful
The answer
thing.
is the screen and the chip. It's going to be the fastest, best looking screen.
But it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to have the Ultra chip specifically. Just like a super pimped out like regular Max chip.
It's too, even in their own naming scheme, like they just released the like M5 MacBook Pro. Wow, I guess there is the MacBook Pro though with M5 Pro.
Right.
And Pro. So there is a
which is
Pro
fine.
Pro and a Pro
There's
Max.
a MacBook Pro with a Pro, and there's a
my
MacBook Pro with
God.
a Max.
Neo's looking like
There
such
is
a
no
better
Ultra.
name the more I look at it.
I'm just saying, I do think as weird as their naming is already, I don't think they can get away with naming it MacBook Ultra and not putting the Ultra chip in it. That's all I'm saying. So I think they have to name it something else, and I think Studio is the name. That's my
The weird thing about Studio is that now they have the Studio display that's kind of mid, and it's not like insanely amazing. And then they have the Studio Display XDR that's really good. So that's kind of weird, right?
The display is not mid.
I mean,
It's beautiful.
it's still really nice.
I think
but
both
it's
can be true.
Yeah, both can be true.
Mine is horribly broken, but
No, the new one.
No.
new
But
one's
he's
the
saying
same
no.
as the old one.
It's
new one's
still
the
the
same as the old
Studio
one.
display. So that's like the kind of weird thing is like Studio kind of means Pro, but there is still the Studio and Studio Pro.
XDR.
Pretty much. But XDR is the name of it. It's the MacBook XDR.
But it's already
Book
XDR.
it.
That's possible.
But it's already XDR.
The MacBook.
Yeah, but now it's the name.
True, yeah. Is the OLED one extra XDR? I don't know.
XDR.
The Pro Ultra XDR.
I mean,
It's not even called a MacBook anymore.
The special thing about this laptop is going to be the screen, so I wouldn't be surprised if the name is something about
I just
the
hope it
screen.
Only 'cause
doesn't
it's
come out
touch-
and we
only 'cause
look
it's
back
touch
at this
screen.
conversation.
And OLED.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
I think it's supposed to be an
Yeah,
OLED.
it's supposed to be OLED.
So they're gonna
That's so weird because now they have like mini LED in the laptop already,
which looks phenomenal.
which looks phenomenal. And then now they finally put it in the bigger display. And it is easier to make smaller screens like this. So like they start with like really small and then they slowly go up. But it kind of feels like now they've got multiple generations of screen technologies, and you have to just know which one is better. And OLED didn't used to be better until they increased the brightness and the refresh rate, because OLEDs used to be hard to make bright and fast, and now you can.
Yeah.
So it's just
It is interesting how you just said how like the new Studio Display XDR matches with a MacBook screen way better now when you're using it in that mode, and then to then make the highest level laptop and highest level monitor now would be different screens again.
yeah.
which needs
This is just this is Pixel Ultra all
would
over
they-
again. This thing's not coming.
Would they
out.
release the Studio Display XDR again, but with OLED later? It's like a weird ladder thing, and maybe they do that on purpose to make you always buy the new one.
Yeah.
When it comes out.
Stagger the releases.
I guess I'm still confused why the
What?
touchscreen's
No
going to be in
way.
the like Pro version of a MacBook. Touchscreen feels like more of a like
casual feature.
casual feature.
I agree.
Yeah.
Which is why I never wanted it in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you two are not allowed to buy this if it comes out.
I'm probably still gonna.
I think kind of a sneaky update is the M5 Air, because it's crazy that the Air used to be the computer that people were like, this used to be the Neo, where people were like, you can't really do like really serious video editing, et cetera, on it. But the M5 is like super capable.
Yes.
And if you have one of those laptops, you can
cruise.
do pretty crazy video editing. Like the M5 is probably just as good in many ways as the M1 like Pro or Max was.
Yeah. It's an eye opener, like actually using the Neo and just trying to find the performance ceiling and seeing that you can just open Final Cut and just throw a bunch of ProRes videos from your iPhone in there, and you're doing it. You're editing 4K video on a MacBook Neo, like it's happening. So that's already crazy. It's benchmarking around M1 levels of performance with this chip. So M5 is big multi-threaded jumps, big screen improvement.
Yeah, the GPUs are way
way
better.
more GPU. It's going to be a better, it's a really good machine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So-
that's
Okay, wait, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Now that the MacBook Neo is out, which one do you recommend?
The
Still,
Neo.
the Neo or the Air?
For who?
For who? Yeah.
For
The Neo. I don't have to answer that question.
Random college student walks up to you, is like, I'm starting college next week. Which one? do I get?
The new default is Neo.
Yeah.
So it's like for the 90-something% of people, I'm starting with Neo and then going, what do you want to do on this laptop? And if I hear something that they say that sounds like Neo couldn't handle it, then I'll bump you up to an Air.
Because that
but,
used to be Air, and then when you hear the thing, you bump them up to a Pro.
Yeah.
So now what is that ladder?
So now it's like the Air can do 99% of what most people need to do on a laptop. And if you're coming to me and asking what laptop you should get because you're not like in the weeds doing the research, that probably means a Neo can handle everything you're doing.
Unless you want a
second-
bigger screen.
The Air has a
15-inch.
Yeah, you have a 15-inch Air if you want a bigger screen, sure.
Yeah.
But the second you say something like, I have these projects that I want to do and my current computer's too slow for them, then I'm like, okay, now you need to figure out if the Neo can handle that or not.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like a pretty big, people are coding with like way heavier LLM stuff and bigger AI projects, and they want more local memory. And sometimes they're playing bigger games, and sometimes they're doing more stuff. Then Air can probably handle it. And at the very, very peak of that is I am doing professional like projects that I make money from, and MacBook Air is the answer.
I say this because I still think, to me, the answer is still MacBook Air. Like, I think the same way that people need to convince me for me to recommend them a Pro, I need to be convinced to recommend you a Neo.
Why?
I still think that the Air is just a safe bet for anyone. If I know nothing about what you're going to do,
$400.
It is a safe bet.
That's not $500
more. Look at how long you keep M1 for.
I know.
It's almost double
the price.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think this, anecdotally, the scenario to me is not so much as that. It's usually the parent of the kid about to leave high school and go to college asking me, what laptop should I get my kid? And the two reasons I've convinced them to spend extra money, because it's usually the parents' money, so they don't want to spend more, to go MacBook Air in the past. Because if you're already asking me what MacBook or what laptop to buy, you don't know a lot. So you buying that means you can also bring it to an Apple store when something happens to it. So now I can recommend a much easier to digest price point for a parent, and with the benefit of like wherever your kid goes to college, there's probably an Apple store within 40 minutes of them to go fix it.
Yeah. I'll say this
really
without,
hard not to do.
That's super valid. I'll also say without knowing the breakdown of how much each laptop sells, the way I think about it is like, if you want the true safest bet, money no object, like 14-inch MacBook Pro is good enough for 99% of people to cover them. If you want MacBook Air M5, that's gonna cover 93% of people, and MacBook Neo is gonna cover 85% of people. And so if I just want to recommend the thing that works for everyone, okay, yeah, MacBook Pro is going to do it. But you could probably start with the Neo. And then if you're in the sliver of people who that can't cover, then you bump up.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it.
Yeah. And it is crazy with that education discount too.
Yeah.
I still think everybody should probably get the Touch Bar 512 gigabyte version. That's the other thing. If you need more storage, I mean,
this Touch ID.
You mean
Touch ID?
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, bring back that Touch Bar. No, yeah. If you need more storage, this only comes with 256 and 512. So I would definitely recommend getting the 512 unless you're apparently like my sister and do everything on the cloud.
My actual thing that I say to people is I go, look at how much storage you're using right now on your current computer. So like 4 or 5 years in, how much storage are you using? Assume that you'll use 50% more and get enough to cover that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have it for 4 or 5 more years. Just do that. So I just like literally was talking to someone the other day who has like 128 gigs used out of their 256. I was like, you can get another 256 computer and be fine for the next 4 or 5 years.
For most people, it's like photos and stuff too.
Yep. Photos and videos.
I don't know about on a laptop, but yeah, the other thing is that the Touch ID, not Touch Bar, a lot easier to log into your computer every time you open it by touching it as opposed to typing your password every single time. True. If you have an Apple Watch, obviously, you can set it up so it automatically unlocks if you have your Apple Watch with you. But it is frustrating to have to type your password every single time. So that is something.
There you go.
But yeah, pretty crazy. I think we talked about pretty much everything, right?
You know what else we do every time?
We do trivia. Yeah. I was going to talk about the M4 iPad Air. There's really nothing to say.
You just said everything about
It's
it.
the iPad Air. It has an M4.
Yes, indeed. Let's move on.
Trivia, dude. All right. So after the break, we're going to talk potentially. I thought we were going to talk about it before the break, but about the new Honor robot phone, which they should not be calling a robot phone because there's nothing.
There's robotics.
Have you seen
The Verge article basically has the same thought as you.
Oh, okay.
What's the robot part of this?
The Verge just jocking my swag. What else is new? Just kidding. I love those guys. But my question is, amidst all the robot phone stuff, Honor dropped a press release that I did not see anyone mention in their articles, which is Honor is partnering with a camera company.
Yes.
What camera company is it?
I remember. Can we answer right now?
No.
How did I miss this?
I do.
All right.
Oh, I know.
We'll come.
I remember. I'm going to write it down.
Too much thinking.
I think I know what it is.
All right. Answers will be at the end like usual. We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Framer. A website should help your business grow, not slow it down. If updates to your .com feel harder than they should, Framer is the shortcut you've been looking for. Framer is a website builder that can transform your .com from a mere formality into a tool for growth. They've already helped thousands of businesses from early stage startups to Fortune 500s build better websites faster. Framer is an enterprise-grade, no-code website builder used by teams at companies like Perplexity and Miro to move faster. With real-time collaboration, a robust CMS with everything you need from great SEO and advanced analytics that include integrated A/B testing, your designers and marketers are empowered to build and maximize your .com from day one. So changes to your Framer site go live to the web in seconds with one click without help from engineering. So whether you want to launch a new site or test a few landing pages or migrate your full .com, Framer has programs for startups, scale-ups, and large enterprises to make going from idea to live site as easy and fast as possible. Learn how you can get more out of your .com from a Framer specialist or get started building for free today at framer.com/wave for 30% off a Framer Pro annual plan. That's framer.com/wave for 30% off framer.com/wave. Rules and restrictions may apply.
Welcome back. So there was a big event last week called Mobile World Congress, MWC. Adam and I have a lot of trauma from that event. Basically, there's a lot of stuff that gets launched there. It kind of has weaned off in previous years, but this year we're freaking back, baby. There's a lot of weird stuff coming out there. One of those things was the Honor Robot phone, which we had... Yes, beep, beep, boop. We had shown this phone off a number of months ago because they showed off a little concept, so we talked about it briefly. But now it's out in the wild, sort of. It's attached to tables. You can't really, take it around. But effectively what this is it's a phone that has a built-in DJI Osmo Pocket in it. It's like a little gimbal thing that you can like swerve around.
Unfolds out of the phone.
Yeah.
Unfolds out of the phone, which is very crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. They claim that it's 70% smaller than the competition. We're guessing that the competition is the Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, they just had competition. I was like,
Yeah.
Gimbal in a smartphone? What's the competition here?
Yeah.
It doesn't look 70% smaller than an Osmo because
No, it
an
doesn't.
Osmo is it's definitely smaller than an Osmo, but an Osmo is small.
Unless they're talking about like actual gimbals. Maybe that's the competition.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they're referring to the literal like gimbal mechanism
Yeah.
to like
I do
fold it into a phone.
Something that's already small, 70% smaller is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
smaller.
The way it comes out is the back of the phone has a kind of plateau, and then weirdly enough, all the cameras are on the right side of the plateau, which we're not used to seeing, and then the left side has a stagger, almost like a step, because half of it needs to slide over the right side, and then it flips up on top of the phone.
Yeah.
Kind of like, remember Essential had that like 360 cam that connected with pogo pins on the
Yeah.
back and was up on the top?
Yeah.
Like that. But
It also
it's an Osmo.
kind of looks like that Insta360 webcam that kind of follows
yeah,
you
the link.
around.
Yep.
The link
Yep.
kind of follows you around. It's like that. Yeah, it's strange. They say it's the smallest 4 degrees of freedom gimbal in the industry. And the bump is already pretty big, but it makes the bump very deep.
The
into
wobble
the
must
phone.
be nuts on that phone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of things that are going to be nuts on this phone.
Yeah.
1, the wobble of putting it on a table. 2, trying to put this in your pocket and not like yank the thing apart. You know how when you put your phone in your pocket and like the lip of your pocket catches the camera lens?
Mm-hmm.
What happens on this phone? That's another thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason why they don't let people hold this thing. If you watch all the hands-on videos, none of them are hands-on. They're just pointing at the phone like on a stick, on a stand in Mobile World Congress. And then also, okay, so I got briefed on this phone, and I talked to them about this, and they're explaining why it's called the robot phone. Do you guys know why it's called the robot phone?
Kind of.
It's sort of a robot.
Does it
like
roll
nods
the
at
legs and
you.
walk across the desk?
It nods at you.
Almost.
That's pretty much it.
Almost. The camera itself, obviously the gimbal will like move it out and point around and do all sorts of stuff like that and can follow you. But also when you're not using it as a camera, it kind of becomes this anthropomorphic face and nods and shakes its head and responds to your queries with sounds. So you can ask it, do you think my outfit is nice? And it will nod and go, yeah, nice outfit, by moving the gimbal to shake the camera up and down. That's why it's the
I would
robot
love
phone.
if it just judged me by what I was looking at on my phone, and it could like look down at the screen and look back at me and just like shake its
That's
head
the
no.
first-
And then,
That's the first thought I had is, would it ever say no? Like if you go, hey, gimbal robot phone, do you like my outfit? And it looks at you and goes,
it just folds back up.
I don't
and
like
goes-
it. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it'll respond to your queries.
They
with
are
gestures.
apparently also developing an accessory to clip it to your backpack. So I think the point of this is that you should be able to use voice commands to do different actions, and it could be kind of this. You clip for your phone to your backpack, and then you have like a POV thing going on your back, or maybe on your
Like
front.
the Osmo, people like to clip it onto a backpack.
Yeah.
This feels like such a 2026 phone launch of, hey, we actually put some crazy hardware on this prototype phone, and let's still tell you about all the weird AI things it can do instead of that we fit a gimbal inside.
No one
of a
will pay
phone.
attention if we don't say AI. So AI.
Yeah. They are using a 200 megapixel camera, which I assume is primarily used for insane video stabilization, because you're not going to use all 200 megapixels. You're going to crop the hell into that thing. Yeah, it's weird. Apparently, it's going to come out,
This is my.
allegedly.
Or is it? Is it going
We're
to come
one
out
step
in China
closer.
only for $3,000 in like limited supply, or is it going to like come out?
Probably. Okay, they suggested a global release in the future.
Wow.
Was a possibility, but they have no timeline.
This is a
So
long shot, but have any of you played the Star Wars Fallen Order game, Jedi Fallen Order?
no, nope.
There's a robot, the BD-1, that it's just a little camera guy that like hangs around your backpack and shoulder. If they can make that, I'm all in. Just give me that little robot with a camera.
I think it just screws your phone up, so it's still way too big. And your phone camera bump is like a double plateau essentially on one side.
This thing has IP68.
No shot. No,
Do not bring it to the
chance.
beach.
No, it could. I've
Could
seen
probably
gimbals
hold
get
a
wet.
full shot of water inside of
Yeah.
the empty cavity when
Yeah.
it's popped out.
Yeah.
Drones are mostly you can. No, you can't.
It can do one thing where like
Drones you can get them wet. A little.
Can't?
Allegedly.
maybe a little.
Not like
I don't think
submerge
there is.
them or anything, but you can.
I don't know. I can't.
Hey,
I don't know the
I
IP
am,
rating.
that
of
will be a drone
drones.
that comes out eventually. Is a drone that can land in water and then can jet around like a boat. That will happen if robot vacuums have anything to do with it.
See what Google has to say about it. I
It's
don't know. Mavic drones do not have an official IP rating.
I was gonna. It's funny that this comes out.
IP55, light rain, Mavic 4D.
People do fly
I've never-
in light rain for sure, and through like fog, which is basically rain.
Yeah,
It's a whole other conversation. It is.
What is rain?
Dense fog is like
a cloud actually.
basically a cloud is basically.
See, a cloud is when it condenses enough to precipitate, but the
Getting him
fog.
to talk about weather. We have to
that's
be
my
very
bad. That's
careful
my
here.
bad. That's my bad. I saw the road that I was going down, and I decided not to go.
You
down.
gotta. It's that meme of the car and it pivoting to the right. Weather apps. Back to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. Well,
We'll see when it comes
We'll
out.
see when it comes out. Now we have to talk about the thing that we glazed over a little bit last week. We briefly mentioned it, but we wanted to go a little bit deeper in this. Meta is allegedly sending your video feed from your Meta AI Ray-Ban glasses to an analysis facility in Kenya. And people are being don't do that. Do not do that. People are being forced to watch videos that they shouldn't be watching. Lots of intimate scenes. Lots of people using the bathroom. Very weird.
Banking details.
Banking details. And I just think we probably shouldn't have cameras strapped to our faces all the time. But maybe that's just me. And Meta is the one that a few weeks ago had that leaked internal memo where they were like, there's a lot of bad shit going on in the world right now, which means it's perfect time to launch these AI features that people do not want. So
I didn't read this article, but I do have questions if you guys have. I guess my first question is when you said camera feed, do you mean like not live feed, but stuff you take pictures of or stuff you ask AI about? What is involved?
There's a long article. One we'll post it in the show notes because everyone should read it. It's a Swedish newspaper that did this investigation. From what I remember and from what I wrote down, it seems like it's the majority of the time they're seeing it is when you're activating AI features, and not even always just like the AI features of like use the context of the camera, but essentially you ask it an AI question, it isn't showing the recording thing because of you're not just doing the video recording, and people don't know how long it's continuing to use the context of video and audio. And so what the reason it's getting sent to this company called Sama, S-A-M-A, they're located in Kenya, is there are people there in an office who are using that feed to help label different things to help teach Meta's AI.
Yeah.
There's data annotators
and
who, they're circling objects so you can tell the street signs, so you can tell a car, so you can tell a person, and it's just helping build that. The issue is these people are saying the stuff they're seeing is like banking details on cards. They're seeing private conversations that could be about all sorts of different stuff, legal and or illegal. They're seeing, one example was somebody asked it a question and then put their glasses down on the nightstand, and then their wife walked out of the bathroom naked, and they're seeing all these different, sexual intercourse, people going to the bathroom, people in changing rooms, all these different extremely private things are being sent to this facility in Kenya where data annotators can then see all these really private moments.
My next question was going to be like, why is the data getting sent back? So it's not just like, oh, this is some like mischievous thing that they're doing. It's that specifically they've decided to use humans to help correct or maybe point out things to the AI to train it to make it better.
Yeah.
So
very poorly compensated humans, because there's a lot of there's a ton of also investigations about that company charging X amount and paying the actual employees fractions of what they're charging.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's also
so that's another thing. The employees aren't allowed like phones and stuff in the office, but at the same time, like, I don't care what it is. I just don't want people seeing potentially stuff like that, especially when you don't know when it's ever recording this stuff.
That's the last question, which is, it's not just when you're asking the AI for a visual match.
You don't know when that ends after you ask it.
You don't know when
we did a little test in the office to see what would trigger various indicator lights on the camera. Because obviously when you say Meta, take a picture, the ring around the camera lights up.
Yes.
If you say, so I looked at Mariah and I said, hey, Meta, sorry, I don't want to trigger anyone's thing, but
there's like a key phrase.
I don't remember what it is, but Mr. AI bot, what is 6 plus 2? And the camera light did not come on because that question should not require the camera. Mm-hmm. Then I asked it, what color is the person in front of me's shirt? And the light still did not come on. So there's no feedback when the AI, there's no camera feedback to either the user. There's a prompt light, but the prompt light comes on anytime the thing is being prompted. So that also, so the point is that like, you don't actually know when the camera is firing.
Yeah.
Like the camera could have been recording data and sending that to Meta when I asked it what 6 plus 2 is.
It wouldn't surprise me, because in order for context-aware, AI through the camera to answer you as fast as possible, you should launch the camera and audio immediately once you trigger the word, right? Or else then you have to wait for it.
It's a different type of, just from my experience, it's a different type of prompt. I think you literally say, hey, look and tell me. And when you start that, then it fires up.
Even to be faster,
I just had to say, hey, what color is the person's shirt in front of me? And it gave me the correct answer. So clearly the camera was turned on. Yeah. And I tested that multiple times to make sure it wasn't a fluke. Like, how many people are in the room? Are the lights on? And I never said, look and tell me. Gotcha. It was just like there.
Yeah. So a couple extra things in here is like Meta's attempt at privacy here is that their own systems are blurring faces before it goes to these data annotators, but they are also saying that depending on lighting conditions and stuff, that those blurs don't work all the time. It's pretty often that they see people just and their faces and everything like that, which maybe they need data annotators to check to work on their AI to send to other data annotators. But this is all really icky. I mean, and in their terms of service, they're saying this is fine because it says, in some cases, Meta will review your interactions with AIs, including the content of your conversations with or messages to AI, and this review can be automated or manual (human). So,
and no one will know when it's human.
You don't know when that's
you're using a product, but you don't know when.
You can't opt out of this either through the AI. There is some other privacy options you can opt out of through some other stuff on Meta Ray-Bans. But through AI, there's no opt-out as far as I'm concerned. And when I'm reading this right now,
opt-out would be smart to add.
It would be.
Yeah.
It should be opt-in.
It should be opt-in.
Yeah. I mean, all of Samsung, like I just remember reviewing the S26 Ultra, all of these features of like Galaxy AI stuff, they're all on by default, and they also will all use the internet by default. But at the very bottom, there's a little button you can check, which is do all of this on device, which does limit some of its functionality, but it is an option that you can check, which is to never have any of this stuff leave your device. Obviously, if you're editing photos or doing any of that stuff, maybe you want to check that box. So yeah, I agree that like opting everyone in by default is ridiculous.
Well, and it's why they're selling these, right? Because this is all training Meta's AI.
They want as much data, yeah.
They want as much data. You're wearing it all the time. You're probably accessing the AI stuff. It's just going to record, and now you pay a bunch of people horrible wages to then help it wrongly tell the color of my coworker's shirt later.
And it sort of seems like it's meant to be confusing on purpose. Like one of the parts of the article was going to Luxottica stores, which is the company that makes the like glasses part of it, and asking a bunch of sales reps about where this data gets stored. And a bunch of them were like, no, everything happens locally on the glasses.
They just have no idea.
They have no idea.
Like multiple different answers. Yeah.
No one has any idea, except Meta.
Half of Meta might not even know because they don't want them to know. Like
this reminds me a lot of the content moderation things that was happening a couple of years ago. I think Casey Newton had like a big story interviewing people in these places that are just like looking at videos on social media that
people die
for 10
like
hours.
Terrible videos. Well, and it's like they're getting paid pennies to like do this content moderation stuff. This is like the new like labor of AI.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, it says that they are also all of the chats, all the transcriptions of the chats are also stored, and they have to go through those to see if the AI gave them a good answer. And there's a lot of weird conversations that people are having, and it's just a weird privacy thing, because I think that something that we don't acknowledge enough as a society is what is in the terms and conditions that you just scroll past really quickly and then hit I accept. That stuff used to be like, I will not sue the company if my microwave explodes. But now it's like, I consent to give up all data that I have ever used on this product, and the company can use it for whatever they want, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, you're the product if the service is free, and right now the AI service is the free thing, and the glasses are what you're paying for.
And this is extra freaky because remember, this is the same product that those Harvard researchers made the like, look what we can do automatic Face ID thing built in.
Yeah.
I know. Well, student, whatever. Like this is like, how easy would it be for someone to get these? Like, I don't know. I'm spiraling at this
all
point.
of this is you have to.
It's like, this is bad. This is really bad.
Yicky at the best level and extremely concerning depending how much you trust Meta. You should just, if you have these glasses, read this article pretty much.
Yeah.
And just know why you would
just in general, like, if you own a device that has a non-webcam camera, like phones and laptops I think are exempt from this statement, but like if you own a device with a camera on it, just assume it is always recording, and that footage will be stored somewhere forever and people can look at it. Like there's no reason to ever assume that a device with a camera, because the article even says like the money Meta makes on this training data from you is infinitely more valuable than if they sold glasses to everyone in the universe, like, so of course they're going to look at it over and over and over and over again. And of course they're going to capture as much as they can of your life. Like the stuff about the glasses sometimes recording for like long periods of time is like, why do they do that?
It should definitely have the ring going on for any time that camera's being accessed and something can be used for sure. It almost, if you really don't trust Meta, you could argue that they only put the ring on there for normal recording to then make you not think about when it's recording later for AI stuff. I don't necessarily think that's true, but I'm sure they're not trying to get it on.
It was because of the Google Glass issues of not having any sort of indicator.
Which was,
I really liked, I don't know if it was in direct response to this, but around the time this article came out, someone dropped an Android app that makes your phone scan Bluetooth 24/7, and it can detect whether someone has Meta glasses within 50 feet of you and sends you an alert, so you can go find them and not do anything. You can go find them and say, gently take off those glasses, sir or madam.
Cool. Next thing, another potentially really confusing article, but for the better this time.
Yeah.
Google's 30% tax is changing. Awesome. Where's this? There's a cool soundboard there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Whoops. Maybe. we've talked multiple times. Apparently, Ellis doesn't remember any of them.
This was confusing.
About Epic versus Google. They were also Epic versus Apple. Essentially suing these companies because of their monopoly over Play Stores and taxes on top of distribution. Yeah. So there was a settlement, or it seems like a settlement was reached in November, but before the final details of that came out, Google just started making changes and just announced recently that they're going to change how they're doing their, I just keep calling it the Google tax. I think everyone understands what I'm saying, right?
The Play Store tax.
Play Store tax, 30% of essentially your revenue if you sell on the Play Store through pretty much any form goes to Google.
Yeah.
I'm going to super TLDR this and try and explain a little different afterwards, but it gets really confusing because there's different levels. Most of the fees seem to be going to 20% or lower. And by the end of the year, they're going to launch registered app stores, which is a program that you can download third-party app stores for people outside of the US, pretty much the same way you would just download stuff in Google Play. So they're not making this hard side-loading effort of getting like an Epic store or stuff on your phone that's a pain in the neck. You should just be able to download them, no problem, which is a huge issue.
You said outside of the US in particular, though, right?
That's what I read.
Because of just like European law.
I guess. Again,
we don't get it.
Thank you.
Europe gets the cool phones. They get the good consumer rights.
Hey, they don't get that 20-watt charger in their Neo box.
That's true.
Damn.
That's tough. So yeah, 20% for the most part of people, which is 10% less. I'm trying to look into here. I have this chart that even the more I look at it, the more I'm confused. So new installs, 20%. Existing installs, 25%. Non-recurring purchases, 20%. They're taking links to downloads. I'm not even going to attempt to. But so in some subscriptions and microtransactions, there's some other ways that this can be even lower. And the Google Play billing fee, if you're using their billing system, 5%. So a lot of things did go down. This is great. Somebody, I think Verge wrote this as Tim Sweeney just signed a deal to not be able to complain about Google for the next 3 years or something like that, which I thought was pretty funny.
It was till 2032, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Rollout for this will be through the year. It seems like by June 30th, this will affect UK and US, September 30th, Australia, December 31st, Korea and Japan, and then by September 30th, 2027, the rest of the world. I'll link the Verge article if you're a developer and actually need a lot more information on this, because there's like 20 different ways that this could change.
The breakdown of this is reminiscent of when the judge said that Apple had to change their fees, and then they did the malicious compliance thing and just made it so insanely confusing and probably worse for most people. And then the judge came back with the injunction and said there will not be another bite at the apple, which was a banger. That almost kind of looks like what this is, but I don't think this is necessarily a malicious compliance thing. It's just Google trying to save their ass, because both Google and Apple make a huge amount of money being the traffic stop for app stores.
Yep.
Like that is a huge revenue driver for them. Apple notably has been like shifting to services over the last few years because they know that they're probably not going to be able to endlessly make money on the App Store anymore. So, Google is also going to try to have to fill this gap, but it seems like they came to an agreement that was good enough for everybody. I'm surprised that Tim Sweeney was still okay with 20%, to be honest. Like, I think that he was pretty hardcore about, absolutely not.
I think the biggest thing is that there's a easier way to download third-party stores on your phone, which then obviously you're outside
Epic
of
Store.
it.
Yeah. So good for developers if you can understand it.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Fortnite's big enough that he could be like, this thing that one of the largest companies in the world is making me mad about, so you don't get Fortnite, and that will make changes in the world.
Yeah. I mean, most game stores outside of Steam only really still exist because that company has like one giant game that everybody plays,
That's true. Well, Epic starts is like getting other big ones to come too.
Yeah. But Riot has like League of Legends and do they even have a store? They don't even have a store.
No, it's just a client.
Ubisoft has a client that is slowly dying a painful death. But they always have like, they've got Call of Did they do Call of Duty?
I've lost track of all.
I don't even know, but
Not
yeah.
real gamers here. Sorry, everyone.
Not real gamers. Yeah, I just played Dota 2.
Jagex, RuneScape, old school RuneScape, and RuneScape 3.
Is that a separate launcher for that?
They're just launchers, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
Stores. Big news: price increase. Old school RuneScape. I know you're very upset about that, Marquez.
Yeah.
$15
I was just
a
about
month,
to
same
download
as
it.
WoW.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Wait, same as WoW. How much is it?
$15 a month.
What?
Damn.
For old school RuneScape?
The game is a banger, man. It's been around for so long. It's still
know,
getting
man.
awesome updates from that. They
Have
just
you played
released a whole new skill
Pokopia yet?
What?
Pokemon
Pokopia.
Pokopia. Have you ever had a dream?
It's just Pokopia. Yeah. Pokopia is like, it's if Animal Crossing and Minecraft like had a baby and then added Pokemon to it. The dialogue is very funny. I bought it and I regret it only because I realized I don't like games like that. However, the people are posting screenshots on like all over social media and is really freaking funny.
I'm obsessed.
The AI of
I
the
threw up.
Pokemon, I threw up. The Pokemon just like talking to each other and like weird going on is really funny. Kyogre has a southern accent for some reason. Magikarp says yo a lot. I don't know.
Oh, this is like Animal Crossing Pokemon, right?
It's Animal Crossing with Pokemon, but everything is block based, so it's kind of Minecrafty, and you can make like minecarts and stuff.
Oh.
So it's literally like
first-person shooter.
yeah, with guns. Anyway, I had to drop that. I was funny the other day. I was like trying it out, and then on my Switch, I saw like Adam is playing Pokopia, and I just texted him, "Yeah, me too." And he said, "Wait, what?" And I was like,
"What are you talking
"You're playing this game." Anyway, that is
So Backyard Baseball is coming out in July. I just had to get Marquez back into the conversation here.
Sorry, I'll get to all that once I'm done power washing various things in Power Wash Simulator.
Power Wash Simulator.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, with that, I think that we're gonna do one more little break. We'll take it back with one more story that Marquez can rant about for a very long time. But first,
Yeah.
trivia, dude.
Trivia, dude. So we were talking about the Honor phone, the little robot boy. But we compared it. I don't know if this was on camera or off camera. People in the edit will know. We compared it to Wally.
You're the one in the edit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Well,
Me.
people,
I will know later.
people watching later will know.
Oh.
More so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm keeping it in. But anyway, we spoke about it and compared it to Wally.
Yeah.
What does Wally stand for?
Wow.
1 point per correct letter.
Like politically,
Politically.
what does he stand for?
Capitalism.
Yeah,
Returning to nature.
I should have just wrote that. Instead
Second
of making
Amendment.
the joke.
Wally stand for that? I didn't even know Wally was an acronym.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I'll be guessing. And we'll learn something at the
around
end.
here.
We'll be right back. Support for the show comes from Shopify. The early days of starting a business are equal parts exciting and terrifying. It's a big risk, but it's one worth taking as long as you have the right tools. And if e-commerce is part of your new business, then here's a tip: Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform used by millions of businesses around the world. They say they can help you tackle all these important tasks in one place, from inventory to payments to analytics and more. No need to save multiple websites or try to figure out what platform is hosting the tool that you need. Everything is all in one place, making your life easier and your business operations smoother. Let Shopify be your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. You can get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build beautiful online stores that match your brand's style. So it's time to turn those what-ifs into with Shopify today. You can sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/waveform. Go to shopify.com/waveform. That's shopify.com/waveform. All right, welcome back. Something really big happened last night. By the time you listen to this, it was a couple nights ago. We recorded this on Wednesday. Tuesday night, a historic performance happened. And I was talking to you about this a little bit. And David, I don't know if you've seen this, but I do think this is a great opportunity to explain something in tech terms here.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
what happened last night was Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat,
His name is Bam.
his name is Bam,
Cool.
scored the second most points ever by a single player in a single NBA game.
Dang.
By himself, he had 83 points last night.
That's almost the entire score.
Perfect.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
if you watch the game, what happened was I was sitting at the table last night and I opened up YouTube and there was a highlight reel at the top of my feed that said Bam Adebayo scores 31 points in the first quarter. And I was like, what? So I clicked it and I watched it and I was like, these are unbelievably, like he got super hot. And then I closed the iPad and I walked away and I went about the rest of my night. And then I got a notification on Slack like an hour later from Alex who said, tune in to Bam Adebayo. He's got 79 now. And so I go on YouTube TV and I'm like, I have to watch the Heat game, but I don't have the Heat game on YouTube TV. It's just the Celtics game, Celtics Spurs, which is probably also an interesting game. And then I hover over it and it's players in red jerseys. And I click on it and they have literally left that game to broadcast the last few minutes of Bam Adebayo setting this record. Yeah, all the time. They did this for Kobe's last game. Okay. So yeah, they literally left the Celtics broadcast to watch Bam score 83.
Damn.
And so I watched the last 2 minutes of that game, and it was hilarious to watch because everyone in the arena knew that they were trying to get the record for Bam.
Oh.
And everyone on the other team is hell-bent on making sure Bam doesn't get the record against them because that is like a scar against your franchise. And so it was funny watching him just like catch the ball at half court, get triple teamed, and then just try so hard to dribble with 3 people on him and chuck up a shot and get some free throws. It wasn't the prettiest 83 points you've ever seen.
Okay.
And it's also by Bam Adebayo, who is probably not the person you would expect to set the number 2.
Marquez. Walt. Bam.
Wilt.
Kobe.
Bam. Kobe.
Wilt.
So, yeah, Wilt Chamberlain in like the, 70s, 60s? Had 100 points in a game. It wasn't even on camera. There's many recollections of this, and there's a newspaper article, and there's a picture of Wilt with 100, but no one got the,
Picture didn't
nobody alive today watched that, right? But Bam Adebayo in modern NBA, most who's ever seen. So in tech terms, trying to figure out how to explain how anomalous this was.
So what do you have to explain the type of player Bam is?
Yes.
How many points that is in a game and how hard that is to do. And I guess that's pretty much the only 2 things you really need to
and how reasonably likely it will be to ever happen again. And the conclusion I came to was, and this is shout out to Adam for helping me figure this one out, this would be like if we turned around and said, Ellis, what's your iPhone's battery percentage right now? And you still had the 12 mini. And Ellis goes, this is actually day 4 of me using the iPhone 12 mini. We're like, what do you mean it's day 4? And he goes, yeah, I've got 12% left, but this is my 70th hour of using this phone. And we're like, how is that even possible, Ellis? And he's like, well, I woke up on the first day and I used my phone for a little bit and then I put it in airplane mode and I didn't really use it after that. So the first half a day was legit, and then the second 3 days were just him going, I want to just see how far I can make it at the expense of my own sanity and like daily quality of life. But I just want to see how long it'll go. And now there's a benchmark result saying that the iPhone 12 mini has the longest battery life of any phone in recorded history. And we're like, that seems a little bit crazy. What's the asterisk? And then you go, oh, it's because he was...
So what's the asterisk for the basketball guy?
The asterisk for the basketball guy is I watched that first quarter highlights and then I watched the fourth quarter. The first quarter highlights are like, oh my God, he's balling out. And the other team's like, yeah, he is balling out. But, what can you do? Our 2 best defenders are sitting. And then you watch the fourth quarter and it's like everyone knows to stop him from getting the ball, but he gets the ball anyway and he dribbles to half court and just chucks up a shot and he gets fouled and he gets 2 free throws. And he attempted 43 free throws, which is the new most free throws ever attempted in an NBA game in order to achieve that. He went 7 for 22 from 3. He shot less than 50% for the game. He still got 83 by himself, which is ridiculous. The next highest player on his team got, 12 or something? 18? But...
so did he just intentionally get himself fouled a ton of times?
Yes. In the last quarter, yes. And it was tough. It wasn't like bad to watch because it was still entertaining as hell to watch this guy who everyone knows has a chance at the highest number to go try to get it. But now we know what it looks like when a player actually tries. Even though they're up by 20, even though he didn't have to stay in the game, the coach was like, you know what? Go get your 80.
Yeah.
And he did it, and now we got to see what it looks like. And there's not like an asterisk, but like now.
Was the team intentionally giving him the ball a bunch to try to let him do this?
So by the time he had 60-something at the end of the third quarter, everyone was trying to get him the ball every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a really great video I've brought up Jimmy High Roller on this channel before. He does like basketball analysis videos for fun. Literally last week, he just did a video on, will we ever see an NBA player get 100 again?
Oh.
And it's funny because if you go back and watch that video, he's like, Wilt Chamberlain, say what you want about it, had the perfect set of circumstances to get 100. He was a dominant player. There was no answer for him by the other team. He also played every minute of every game for the entire season, which will never happen again.
Oh.
And if you are going off at a rate of 25 points per quarter, usually your team's crushing the other team and you just sit for the last quarter because you're up by too much. You don't have to play anyway.
Right.
So you need it to be a close game for you to stay in the game long enough to actually keep putting up points.
Yeah.
So we're, Luka Doncic had 73, Joel Embiid had 70, Devin Booker had 70. We've had 70s.
How many of those
Mitchell.
are Knicks players?
Yeah, none of them are Knicks players. It's not impossible. It might happen. Didn't Cat had 60 something, but as a Timberwolf.
Yeah, as a Timberwolf.
So yeah, it's really hard to get those perfect sets of circumstances to ever happen again. And we just got a glimpse at like, what if they just leave him in? And it's like, I want to show you later the highlights of the last quarter where he dribbles to half court and 3 people sprint at him and he just throws the ball up and gets fouled and he gets 2 more free throws.
What made it foul him? Because they
were like, you have 65 points there. You are not scoring again.
Oh.
You are not scoring again. And the entire team's game plan is to force you to pass it to someone else. So we're going to triple team you at half court to make you to pass to someone else. And instead of passing it, he shoots it.
Okay.
And he gets fouled.
Damn.
And he got 83.
What was the final score?
Final score was 150 to 129.
That's a crazy.
Not a lot of defense.
That's a crazy high score.
It is.
The other asterisk is that the Miami Heat are a real basketball team.
Yeah.
The team they were playing is the Washington Wizards, who the coaching staff purposefully made the team as bad as they could be so they could lose as many games as possible.
Why?
Because the more they lose this season,
The better they get picks next season.
yes, and the hope being that literally the 2 best players on the Washington Wizards, Trae Young and Anthony
Edwards.
Hopkins.
Davis. Okay, that was crazy. The 2 best players on the Washington Wizards, Anthony Davis, Trae Young, are not playing basketball right now. Allegedly, they're injured, but they're not.
Do they get in trouble for doing stuff like this?
Another team got in trouble, and it was supposed to set the record straight. But yeah, so that's the other reason is they're not playing a team that is trying to win a basketball game.
But they were still triple teaming him to try to stop him.
That was because at the end they were we don't want to be the people that got lost like this. But
yeah.
So they were fine to lose. They just didn't want to lose like that.
They didn't want to be in the record.
The players do not want to lose, right? The players are always going to go out there and do their best. So the coaching staff responded by only putting the worst possible players on the court.
That sounds like a movie where the coaches are trying to get them to lose, but they end up coming back through the finals.
It happens sometimes, and it's really funny.
It does happen sometimes.
Sometimes 2 tanking teams play each other, and they're both trying to lose, but the players want to win, but the teams have to lose.
Actually, Marquez, it's even worse. Sometimes a tanking team plays the Philadelphia 76ers.
Wait, I have 3 questions.
Yes.
Okay. This one I should know. Points in basketball are only baskets, right? Assists don't count for points.
Correct.
That's a separate stat.
Yes.
Cool. Easy one. Second question.
I have it up. How many assists do you think Bam Adebayo had that night? Meaning he
4.
passed the ball. You're still too high. He had 3.
Damn.
Wow. Yeah.
Who was the home team?
Miami.
Okay.
It was in Miami.
This is cool when it happens at an away team and the away crowd just gives up on trying to win and starts cheering for people on the other team. So that would have been cool.
Savage.
Third question, and this is an opinion for you guys, but went really good the last time we talked about basketball, is Bam as a player, compare him to a phone.
First of all, I just want to say, Bam is an Olympic gold medalist. He's really good at
Okay,
basketball.
the
on
Samsung Flip has a gold medal too. But
He's an all-star. But in terms of who you would expect to set this record, it's not who you
Bam
would
so
expect.
I wanted, because we did CJ
McCollum?
He was the CMF Phone 3. Grover loved that. So if Grover's listening, who is Bam as a phone?
It's a good question. So we have to set like what we expect from the phone. If you're expecting what is the highest benchmark score from a phone, then that would be like
he just pulled off a flip. I
was just going to say Pixel if you're going by benchmark.
The Pixel's fine. Yeah. It's not bad. It's like one of the top 5 brands or whatever, but it would be like a Pixel setting a all-time highest benchmark score.
It'd be like a Pixel 10 having 256 base storage.
Yeah, like a tensor chip. It'd be
so he's a base Pixel 10?
It's a tensor chip specifically, setting a high benchmark score.
Okay.
You know? Or like
it's a good phone and you would expect it to do well, but you wouldn't expect it to do this well.
Better than MediaTek.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the better ones. Okay. But wow.
It's like good enough that it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's boring. Is he short?
No, he's an all-star.
6'9".
He's just not like his previous career high before this was less than half of 83. It was 41, which is pretty good. A lot of NBA players are all-stars and can get 41. A lot of players average 30. Nobody gets 83.
What makes you an all-star?
An all-star means you are one of the best, 7 or I guess it's like 14. Best 14 players
you get voted
in your
in
conference.
Too. Okay.
You get votes
for that year.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a great player, but nobody thought.
Fun fact that Ellis found out that you know where Bam is from?
New Jersey. Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah.
And Bam Margera is from Pennsylvania.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
Bam who?
You know
Margera?
Bam Margera.
I've never.
Do you know Jackass? The old show on
heard
MTV?
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I know about the famous guys from that.
He's the most famous from that. Him and Johnny Knoxville.
I was gonna say Johnny
Steve-O are
Knoxville,
probably-
Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville.
Bam got his own TV show on MTV that lasted like quite a few seasons.
How have I never heard of this?
And his brother's in the band CKY.
I feel like if I show you a picture of him, you'd be like, oh, I've seen him.
Sorry, Bam.
The reason I probably have brain damage is because of Jack.
Bam's search engine optimization is cooked now. That Bam
Yeah, Bam Margera just fell off. Well, he fell off.
Never seen this guy.
Skateboarder. He's like the best skater in the Jackass crew. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
I guess I've seen a lot of Steve-O.
I just want to say 14-year-old me is so hyped right now. We just covered basketball, phones, Bam Margera. Like, that kid is living.
Yeah. It was a good time. Anyway, I hope now, David, you can appreciate the insanity of what happened yesterday.
That's crazy.
Are you going to go watch the replay of the game?
I might watch the highlights.
I want to show you the last 3 minutes without like a highlight cut, just so you can see what it looks like when everyone in the building is like, "Do not let that man score," and he's like, "I'm a score." It's so funny.
Also,
it's so good.
Just gotta say, when Adam and I walked in and saw that Marquez was watching the somehow already uploaded RDC World 1
That's
video,
what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Mark Phillips,
Fast.
thank you. Thank you for commentating every great basketball moment. This is, as soon as something happens in the NBA, I'm like, what did he say?
Last question. How many points would he have had if he had 100% free throw percentage? Oof. It was like over. He had like 43 attempts.
Missed 7?
I can answer that. Yeah,
He missed 7.
So he would have hit
7.
90.
Would have had 90.
I think all basketball players should have 100% free throw percentage.
Okay, bro.
I like
That's
that
my
take.
non-basketball take.
I like that take.
All
it's
hockey-
called a free throw. It should be free points. But you'd be surprised how bad some of them are at free throws.
I am surprised.
Yeah.
At all of them. What's your
All,
hockey comparison?
All hockey players should make. I guess there's no like penalty shots in hockey.
No, there are.
Oh, then
but it's against a goalie.
So, a basket is bigger than a goal is bigger than a basket.
Yeah, but the goalie
The
tries
puck
to
is
stop
smaller. Ergo, they should make every one.
That'd be like if
I think
the
about
free
soccer.
throw had a one-on-one defender.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's not like a giant volume knob comes up and blocks the entire goal. Okay, it's
Damn, the Subaru UI would be a great goalie. Oh my. That's how you round this podcast
That's a
out.
callback, baby.
That's how we end right
That's how we
there.
I like your 38 notches, but just remove the numbers, please. And also make it smaller. I'm happy with
Incredible.
that. Yeah.
All right. It's
Somehow
about-
Subaru was the biggest bad guy in this entire podcast.
Subaru. Well, Meta was competitive.
No, yeah, Meta's the biggest.
Meta was competitive.
it was close though. It was
I know
close.
what I said.
It was close.
Meta, I know you're spying on millions of people without their consent, but my Subaru volume knob.
3 seconds.
Okay, I need a marker.
Why?
Because it's trivia time.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, other little last thing, and I guess we probably should have said this when we started. This episode is going to be dropping while we're live at South by Southwest.
Oh my God, we forgot to mention it again.
Yeah, so
Well, it doesn't matter because if you're listening to this podcast,
We're already
already on stage.
We're
or
either
on our
on
way
stage
back home.
or we're leaving the stage.
But what if you already have South by Southwest tickets and you just don't? Oh, right.
You have to watch this late.
Yes.
If
Okay.
you're not, by the time this comes out, we will be on stage.
If you are watching us outside of South by Southwest and watching this episode at the same time, I salute you.
Then
Yeah.
I need you to yell iceberg lettuce right now. I need you to scream iceberg
Well,
lettuce.
it will be
That
a
would be
part of.
unbelievable.
I think Keith Lee is after us, and if they stay around for that, this is well over an hour long. So if you've made it this far, we're not on stage anymore.
They fast forwarded.
Okay. Trivia.
Whoa.
I don't remember the question.
you my board?
I remember the question.
I know what it is.
What was the camera company that
Yeah, who's partnering with Honor?
On the robot phone camera.
I almost said that and then the answer. It'd be funny.
What's on the Honor?
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
I remember being in the briefing and hearing that and being like, another legacy down the drain.
The camera companies going with the phone companies is the car company.
First Leica
Well,
and Hasselblad.
Yeah, it used to be McLaren and Porsche.
Yeah.
Porsche, however you say it.
And now it's
Dragon Ball Z.
Flip them.
Ari.
Everyone got it right. The answer is Ari.
Ari.
Another
I knew it
legacy.
first, by the way. Just saying.
Sure you did. We're all very proud of you.
Panasonic had an Ari LUT collaboration.
After that correct answer, the score. Marquez with 17. Andrew with 19. David with 21.
Ooh, I can drink.
Nice. But don't. As you sip your
That is alcoholic.
piss-colored lemonade.
Hell yeah.
The Honor robot phone.
Citrus.
We've compared it to Wally. But what does Wally stand for? That is the question. 1 point per correct word.
Wow. I'm going to get really far behind now.
Maybe, maybe not.
What a lovable little Ellis.
Wow. That was good.
would you
How
say
long have you been holding that in?
Just now. No, it just came to me.
Ooh, off the top.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I'm really good at acronyms. Why are Legos like eggs?
They hurt to step on.
Nice. All right. Flipperman Reed, what do you got? All right. Who wants to go first?
All right. I wrote walking. I guess it doesn't walk, it rolls.
I was gonna say
It does have
you
treads.
contradict
It
yourself
treads.
in your.
I know. Walking autonomous. Wow. Lovable. Legless. E.
Nice.
No points for David. Andrew, what'd you say?
I wrote we all enjoy, but we WALLE enjoy.
Clever, but no.
That's clever. I'm glad nobody's getting points. I wrote what and lovable little engineer. But is the and right?
It is not right.
Damn, I hedged my bet there.
The correct answer is waste allocation load lifter, Earth class.
Earth class.
It's in the movie.
Wait,
Yeah, I know, but I haven't
So it's
seen
really
this since I was a
Wallach?
child.
Earth class.
Well, it's Earth dash class.
It's like Earth.
we just get to
M dash.
make words one word by putting a dash. in
I was
between.
going to give it to
did
you if you said
ChatGPT
Earth. You could
Yeah.
have just said Earth and I would have
I do remember that he was a trash compactor. So
true.
waste allocating
Waste
Legless.
allocation load lifter,
load lifter.
Earth class.
about-
Next time you guys are at bar trivia, you're going to kill this.
What was the,
I
what
already
was the other
forgot.
one? Eva? Is that a
E.
Is that also a
Also
acronym?
one. I forgot what it is though.
I'm gonna find out right now because it's gonna bother me.
Wally kind of talks like E.T.
Eve is extraterrestrial vegetation evaluator.
There it is.
Oh yeah, because she finds the little flower, right?
Evie.
I thought she
He
found
finds
the apple.
flower? Sorry, spoilers.
Vegetation
For the Bible?
of some kind.
Wally is Microsoft and Eve is Apple.
Nice.
Because she's all like smooth and curved, and he's all like blocky.
Too late. I have already depicted you as the frumpy Wally robot and myself as the sleek Eve bot.
Anyway, that's been it for this week. We obviously went full circle. If any NBA players are listening to this, please try to beat 83 against tanking teams all year. It's going to be so fun to watch.
And come on the podcast.
And also, come on the pod.
Let's talk ball.
If you break the record, you can come on the podcast.
No, you can come on the podcast either way.
You want Bam to come on the podcast?
Sure.
I would love that.
What if we had Bam and the guy that they traded that everyone was like, whoa.
Do it, but
Chick.
there's an asterisk that we do
Luka
not.
Doncic?
We do not have a green room here at Waveform Studios.
This studio could probably barely hold someone who's over 6'5".
True.
It's tight in
Dude,
here.
I'm right here and doing fine.
Yeah, I'm the shortest one on this freaking podcast.
And David's 6'7".
I'm 6'7".
No. See, I knew they were gonna. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Maybe at the live show at South by Southwest. If not, we'll see you back for our regularly scheduled programming. See you later. Peace.
Waveform is produced by Adam Molina and Ellis Roven. We're partner of Vox Media Podcast Network, and intro outro music was created by Vane Still.
Bingo.
I can't find an uncut fourth quarter. It's all like cut highlight reels.